हमको जो देखने को मिला वो रेसिस्टेंस था, a firm resistance, a firm rejection from the youth of this country. बट वो किस किस चीज़ को रेसिस्ट किया, किस किस चीज़ को रिजेक्ट किया है, ये अभी भी कबूल करने में मेन स्ट्रीम मीडिया या थोड़ा सीनियर लोग या हम लोग या टीचर्स या सिविल सोसाइटी अभी भी वो क्या क्या रिजेक्ट किया है, क्या क्या चीज़ों के ऊपर उसका रेजिस्टेंस है, वो एक्नॉलेज करने में और उसको एक्सेप्ट करने में कोई फर्क नहीं दिखाया है अभी तक. दे आर नॉट रेडी टू एक्नॉलेज, दे आर नॉट रेडी टू एक्सेप्ट what they have witnessed. That is why there is a plethora of narratives. That is why they are trying to now police the language of the protesters. That is why they are now trying to pull up their team A, team B, team C. रामदेव बता रहा है कि मतलब ये करना चाहिए बच्चों को. अरे वाह, तुम्हारा बिजनेस एम्पायर कैसे एक्सप्लॉइट करता है लोगों को, बालवेला से मतलब चाइल्ड लेबर से लेके सारा फर्जी कंकॉक्शंस आप बेचते हैं. सरकार का ये टीम है और आप आके मतलब यूथ को समझाने वाला है कि मतलब कैसे प्रोटेस्ट करना है. सारे टीम को उतार रहे हैं एक एक करके. आज ये आ रहे हैं, कल दूसरा लोग आ रहे हैं. तो व्हाट वी आर नाउ विटनेसिंग is also the kind of regrouping at the state level. जैसे आंदोलन में शामिल हुए लोग अपना आगे का रास्ता मिलजुल के डिस्कस करके अचीव करना चाहते हैं, ये टाइम स्टेट का ऑनस्लॉट रीग्रुप करके करने का टाइम भी है. वो लोग दे आर प्रिपेयरिंग फॉर इट. लेट अस नॉट फूल आवरसेल्व्स दैट देयर वोंट बी बैकलैशेस. द बैकलैश इज इन द ऑफिंग. वी हैव टू बी प्रिपेयर्ड फॉर दैट बिकॉज दे हैव बीन शेकन. और उनको वो जो अभी तक जो अचीव नहीं हुआ, मैं गाली के बारे में भी बात करूंगा. थोड़ा लिटरेचर का प्रोफेसर हूं तो थोड़ा वो वाला क्रिएटिव यूज ऑफ गाली के बारे में मैं बिल्कुल थोड़ा बहुत कुछ बताना चाह रहा हूं. लेकिन जब वे फॉरवर्ड हम देख रहे हैं, जितना भी गलती हमसे हुआ, स्टूडेंट से हुआ. मैं तो 19 तारीख को दिल्ली 20 की सुबह वापस आए थे. उसके बाद तो मतलब हम लोग मिले हैं और 20 से 25 तक लगातार वहाँ पे जा रहे थे, बच्चे से मिल रहे थे, कॉमरेड सब वहाँ पे बैठे थे. सारे ग्रुप्स के साथ जाके बात भी की, पता करने की कोशिश की कि क्या क्या रहा. क्योंकि मैं दिल्ली से जाने से पहले यहाँ पे ज्वाइन करने की जब कॉल आए थे, हमारे संगठन से दूसरे लोग आए थे, बट आई कुड नॉट मेक इट अराउंड दैट टाइम. एंड वी लर्न सो मच from the people who were sitting there and who were raising these demands. I'll share some of them with you. एक तो in one sense for achieving what our generation could never in the last 12 years, even after Rohit Vemula movement, even after anti-CAA protests, even after the complete onslaught against the campuses in 2016, we could not make happen what happened from 20th to 25th. So salute, red salute to all the people who were there. I am not going to make any distinction. I am even ready to, not even, I am ready and I salute Abhijit Deepke and his leadership. There are many things. Let me come back to that. But first we need to salute the movement. A movement for which they had no support other than the small and organized left groups. For almost maybe 25 days, the left student groups led the movement, managed the entire thing. But of course, the credit and the plaudits went to CJP and their leadership. Fine, we are ready, we acknowledge. I'm not acknowledging it because I was not there with Disha. What I am trying to tell you is that we need to be very clear about what we are fighting. So in that sense, acknowledgement of their contribution, a Dalit young man's leadership, whatever it is, I'm not getting into Sonam Wangchuk, there are other issues there, but I'm ready to acknowledge the leadership of the Gen Z. But when we think about the way forward, we will also have to take in the critiques. There are many aspects to the movement that are extremely problematic in terms of class solidarity, in terms of understanding of the larger political economy of education. You think that it is paper leaks that is the problem or the root cause of the crisis in education? No. We had privatization unleashed in the arena of education for the last 3 decades, almost 3 decades. Open, blatant, state-sponsored privatization, breathing down our necks. You are short of teachers, you are short of classrooms, you are short of schools. Your Right to Education Act is a hollow act. You have even used diluted, compromised labor laws, which allow students to be engaged in khandani or family labor, what is it called? Khandani mazduri, some profession. If you are a potter, your son can be employed in the, that kind of a thing. Diluting RTE. You've done everything. And all those things have contributed to the poorest GER that we have around us. It's less than 25. They claim it is 30, but it's less than 25. Even their inflated figures, including all the vocational, all the international professional colleges in Delhi Meerut, around Delhi Meerut highway, which are open only for inspection. Okay? Even with all those numbers, your GER is around 25. 75 out of 100 eligible students are out of higher education. You have never talked about raising the percentage of GDP allocated to education in a serious manner. They have fudged the figures even there. Okay, the real spend on higher education is less than 2%. Okay, but they are now, through their agencies, Niti Ayog's blah blah report, position paper, they are claiming it is 4.1. Every figure is undermined, without substantiation, is projected as the official figure, and you can't question the official figure. You question the official figure, you become an anti-national. So that is the real crisis in education. Along with that, with NEP, you are trying to centralize every aspect of education. This over-centralization will not be fair to a diverse nation like ours. All education is, any right-thinking people, any person with a critical acumen will understand and underline and underscore this point. That the diversity is a positive aspect. And when you have diversity, you need to have policies that cater to the diverse demands, not over-centralization. Not this urge to control the minutiae, the minor details of everything to suit the political masters. Okay, so this testing business, and testing is a big business, we know that. Internationally also, testing is a big business. But here, this testing business has again been handed over to crony capitalists. They're, fund givers. Who get the contract? The fund giver gets the contract. Then there is no standard. I am extremely critical of the objective, testing pattern that we have. But even in that situation, we see a kind of unholy nexus between the crony capitalists rooting for the government and the constitutional machinery overseeing all these things. That's the real cause of crisis in education. Privatization, over-centralization, corruption. That leads to paper leaks. That leads to abysmal standards, unemployability. There are other problems. The crisis of unemployment is not only about education. And even when 75% of our students are out of the purview of higher education institutes, we are demanding for so minimum, yet we are called anti-nationals. There is complete attempt to silence the young generation by saying that you don't know enough. That is why I am saying I don't know enough. I am ready to learn from the movement. I have to accept our failure in making them answerable in these extremely painful 12 years of their rule. We tried and we will continue to try. We'll try to do it again with standing shoulder to shoulder with you people. When you protest for the workers' right, when you protest for the education reforms, you're doing that. So that inspiration is something that I wanted to share as a way forward. Our critiques can definitely happen. Any kind of servility in the face of power, the kind of devotion that they want from all of us. They want absolute servility, absolute devotion. Bhajan japne ke liye nahi gaye the hum. Okay, one of the greatest Malayalam writers, O.V. Vijayan, begins his novel Dharma Puranam with a very silly, simple line. It says, Prajapatike Turan Mutti. I know that there is no Malayali here. Again, maybe I'm wrong, but like we all have our confirmation biases and all. I took a fair look at all of you sitting in front of me, and I believe that there is no Malayali right now here. Prajapatike Turan Mutti can be translated as the Lord Protector had a serious urge to defecate. Prajapati can be understood by Hindi speaking people as well, but there it means the absolute ruler. The absolute ruler. So we all have urge to defecate. That is part of our daily ablution. We don't make a hue and cry about it. We all do that in the morning or anytime we feel like. That is fine. But if the absolute ruler has an urge, then the entire state machinery will have to find a way to help him do that. And if he is constipated, there is a problem. The state machinery may even find they will be beheaded. So the great writer's biting satire was to humanize the non-biological. If you are biological, you will have these biological urges. When you are non-biological, you may not have, your claim is that you may not have these urges. But the writer started talking about it. A daily, mundane, everyday act that we all, indulge in. And it really angered. It really got the goatee of all the people. And there, the Prajapati was of a different political hue. This was written as a biting satire on the, you can read the Congress control over the center and all. Okay. So you can use, you can have a sociological study of scatology, cuss words. And how can you say that cuss words in that sense is some kind of, pap? In Delhi, after coming to Delhi, I've been in Delhi for the last 26 years. In Delhi, I learned that, everything has to be peppered, punctuated with, BCMC and all. It's not NDMC. NDMC nahi hai na, BCMC hai. तो वो मतलब यहाँ पे पंक्चुएशन की तरह आम बोली में हर बार ये करने वाले लोग अब बच्चों को सिखाने लगे हैं कि तुम क्या भाषा यूज करोगे पब्लिकली या प्राइवेटली। तुम प्राइवेटली तो यही तो कर रहे हैं, तुम पब्लिकली भी कर रहे हैं। वो साथी कॉमरेड ने तो बहुत अच्छे से क्लियर इंस्टेंसेस यहाँ पे आपके सामने रखे गए हैं। तो ये मसलिंग अटेम्प्ट्स, ये सब फेल होने वाला। ये कल्चरल पोलिसिंग, ये सब नहीं चलने वाला, क्योंकि sarcasm, and especially when sarcasm is not with cynicism but with conviction. ये बच्चों का sarcasm हमारे जैसे बूढ़ों का cynicism नहीं था। सही हो या गलत हो, उनके पास conviction था कि बदलाव आएगा। ठीक है, तो जब conviction के साथ sarcasm यूज कर रहे, बहुत क्रिएटिविटी निकलेगा, और वो क्रिएटिविटी और भी सड़क में आएगा, और एक नया सुबह भी होगा।